Hey, welcome back to Props Scale Model Aircraft Building Club. My name is Joel Z. Williams, and I just wanted to show you some of the few toys that I've got recently, and I wanted to go over a quick lesson on tweezers. So we take it for granted tweezers is something that you're going to use a lot when you're scale model building. You're probably going to use these straight tweezers like that probably the most. Now, I have just recently found these reflexive, some people call them cross action tweezers, but I really love these things because they're rubber tipped, and the knock on the, Tamiya and Testers makes a really good brand, but the knock on them is that they have this really sharp grooves in there, so you can imagine if you're holding a part or something like that, it's going to score it. So I found this place online, got these on eBay, a pair of two for about $12, and I mean, they're just indispensable. As you can see, they have that rubber coating, will allow you to grip stuff. Really cool. Tweezers are something that it's worth the investment. Tweezers are something you're going to use a lot of. Of course, here are a pair. Some people call these postage stamp tweezers, but I like them because they're good for decals. You can grip your decal, soak it in the water, get it ready to go, put it on there. Here's a smaller version of a reflexive, or some people call cross-action tweezers. Very good, blunt tip, no ridges in there to make scores. Really handy. Now these, some people call these Forceps. Stainless steel. They have the angled, curved edge, and they have a locking mechanism. This one is pretty cheap. I think made in Pakistan, but it doesn't lock, as you can see. But certainly you can see that these are still functional. They do the job. Now I'm really excited about this. This is the Tamiya sanding sponge. I really like this because, as you can imagine, it's flexible. And a lot of times when you're dealing with scale models, you have parts that are curved or have an unusual shape. And having a sponge, you can cut this to length how you want. And it just allows you to get into some nooks and crannies that you can't get in there with the regular file or like a emery board or something like that. So it allows you to get into the recesses. Also, you can wet it, and this is 400 grit. So this is probably a fine, probably equivalent to your average emery board, maybe a little bit coarser, but not that expensive, and you're going to use it a lot. Fiskars. I finally spent the money and got some really good craft scissors. These are made in Finland. The Fiskars brand is synonymous with stainless steel sharp scissors. These are really good when you're doing your decals. When you're having to cut out a small decal and you got to get it really precise. Having these dedicated craft scissors, that this is the only project that you're going to use it for, really makes it handy, and it's a good idea. All right, and you can see I got these. These are stainless steel. These are Tamiya brand, but they're really thick gauge, and I like that because they're reusable. Before that, I was using plastic cups to mix my paint in, and I was always throwing them away, and it just wasn't environmentally friendly and economically sound. So, got that. I like this new applicator bottle I have. This is for my paint thinner. I like it because it's not only got a cool color to it, cobalt blue, but it also has that applicator tip to it, and this really allows you to control the flow of paint thinner when you're mixing paint, or maybe you just need to apply a little to a brush to clean a brush. But I like it because it's really small and it's handy, and it doesn't stink. I don't have to have a full bottle of paint thinner laying around. Now, last time, I think I talked about this already, but it bears mentioning again. This is Bob Smith Industries glue. This is the purple kind. Some people call it gap filling. This is the 2 ounce size, but this glue here really is the best on the market for scale model building. I've seen a lot of glue, worked with Testers and Tamiya and just different brands, and by far this is the best one. It sets up fast, it gets a firm bond, and the cool thing about it is you can put these applicator tips on it. You can buy these online. They're from a company called Zap. These Zap applicator tips really allow you to get a tight I mean, you can put this right on a spot weld. You know, you can really get it in there where you need to have it. And I just am so just so overjoyed with it. I think it's working out really well. So those are the things that I got since last time. I wanted to show you. And while I'm here, let's talk about bare metal. This is really the secret weapon for people who are attempting to do canopies. You know, you will find different schools of thought on how to do canopies, but you're going to be hard pressed to beat bare metal. Now, what it is essentially a thin layer of tin foil that has an adhesive on the back. And I think this piece here probably costs about $5 or $10. I can't remember now. But as you can see, you can peel it off and you'll put that over your canopy or whatever part you're trying to mask, and it allows you to cover it and then cut it with a knife, and you can really get a very smooth line. And I remember before I discovered bare metal, I was wondering, how did they get their canopy paint so exact? I mean, I've been using micro mask and all kinds of different tape, but to no avail. And it wasn't until I bumped into this guy who did this. Some model builders actually use it to instead of a silver paint, which I guess I'm just not skilled enough to know how to do that yet. But this is really a secret weapon if you want to do your canopy masking. All right, so those are the things I wanted to show you today, and I'm going to get started on working on the jug, the P47N model.